and it's to really chop up what is a lot. And I know it's a lot. So it's to kind of break up your day a little bit more. Okay? So what we're talking about is perfect squares. Remember, perfect squares need to have the same length, right? For a perfect square, the length has to equal the width. Okay? And so what we're doing is we're plotting perfect squares, and we're kind of talking about how flexible really it is. So first what we have to do is you have to find point A, which is at 3 and 3. So that's 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3 to the right, and then 3 up, 1, 2, 3, and wherever they connect, which is right here, this will be our A. Okay? This is a bad A, but that's an A. All right? What we need to do is this is one vertex or corner of a square that is labeled A, B, C, D. All right? What that means is the square is going to look like this. If this is A, this will be B, this will be C, this will be D. This is B. Okay? So you're going to finish drawing this square so that it has an area of 4 square units. That means inside the middle, there needs to be 4 square units. Okay? This is a perfect square, so length has to equal width. Area equals length times width, right? If these, what two numbers, so 4 has to equal to two numbers that are equal multiplied by himself. What would that be? Well, 2 times 2. Okay, what that means to me is we need to move 2 in all directions from A. So we move 2 to the right, we move 2 up, and we can even move 2 diagonal. Okay, wherever the lines end up, that's what we're going to put a little circle, a little plot point. So this will be my B, this will be my C, and this will be my my D. Now what I can do is I can color this in, and if it's 4, color in where the points are connected, and if I have 4 squares in the middle, it's a perfect square, and it's what we need. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? We have 4 in the middle. This works, right? So now you can put down what are the coordinates. Okay, so let's start with B. B, right? So B is going to be, all we have to do is count. It's at the 1, 2, 3, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 3 and 5. C is going to be, let's do this in blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to equal 5 and 5. And the last one is D. That's going to be 5 to the right and 3 up. Now an important question is, can you draw this differently? Well, yes you can, right? The only thing that you need to be consistent for sure, sorry, just pulling this up, is that A has to be where it is. That's the only rule here. So besides that, we can go in any really direction to try to figure this out. So let's use some green right now. Right? So remember, we can still go up. We can still go, but instead of going to the right, we can go to the left, and we can go this way. And this is going to form another square. Right? It's still a square, right? But now we have different plot points for everything. Is there another place I can do this? Well, the answer should be yes, right? I can also do it here, and I can also do it here. Because the only thing that has to stay is the A. And as long as the sides are 2 by 2, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares that make up the area, then that's correct. So can you? Yes, we can. Right? Next, what is perimeter? Perimeter, remember, is 2 length plus 2 width. Okay? So 2 times, what is it? So how do we find this out? Let's count how many there are. Okay? So pick any one of these squares. It will be 2 spaces. So each side is worth 2, and this side is worth 2 as well. And that'll be true for all of them. Alright, so it'll be 2 times 2 plus 2 times 2. We are replacing. Okay? This will equal 4 plus 4, or 8. So perimeter equals 8 units. Okay? Or you could have just really counted around how many really individual lines, right? Individual lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a very complicated question. It's a lot of steps if you're not too familiar with it, but I'm here to help you walk it through. Okay? Now, let's do a little bit of problem solving. I wish I didn't pick such a hard question. Whew. Emily is collecting data about her flower garden on a coordinating grill. Each ordered pair represents the depth in centimeters that the bulb was planted and the height in centimeters that the flower, respectively, of her flower. Oh, so the height, so basically each ordered pair represents the depth and the height. So the first one is going to be the depth bulb was planted. The second one will be height of flower. The reason why we're doing this problem is we need to understand how these work. So first, for the snowdrop, it will be 12 and 15. The hyacinth will be 20, 20 and 30. And the daffodil will be 20, 20 and 54. Okay? So now we have the data plotted in the table. We need to create, and this is all you need to do. Okay, so obviously this should be on graph paper. I don't have it, which is unfortunate. I don't want to stop this video. But you should have yours on graph paper. I'm going to erase this so there's a little more room. Okay, so what we need to do then is we need to create some sort of scale. We can just have this being, so if we look at what these have in common, is they're all divisible by 4, right? So we can have a ratio be 1 to 4. These are all divisible by, what do they have in common? They probably do have a number. I'm just going to increase mine by 15, just for the sake of it. Okay, so remember here is going to be 0, that's our origin. I'm going to say this is 15. I'm going to say this is 30. We're increasing by 15s. And this is going to be 60. Okay, this will be 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. This isn't perfect, but we get the right scale. Okay, so for the first one, right, for the snowdrop, we're going to call the snowdrop A, the hyacintha B, and the daffodil will be nicely a D. Okay, let's do the snowdrop first. First, we have to go over, remember, this is always going to be our color. Oh, it was blue, now it's green. We're going to go to the 12. So we move to the 12, and we're going to go up to the 15. So our plot point is going to be right here. That's going to be our A. Okay. Now what we're going to have is we're going to do our hyacinthus. So we're going to move over to the 20. And we're going to go up to the 30. That's going to be our B. Okay. And the last one, our daffodils. We once again go to the 20. Now we're going to go up to around the 54. Now the reason why I have it here is if this is 60, then 54 is going to be roughly not quite 60, but more then 30. It's almost like there's a number line here, right? And at this point, you're going to have your daffodils, which I put as D. Okay? So that's how you plot it. Now, I am missing something. Does anyone know what I'm missing? Anyway, I'm missing, it is a problem. I know what these represent, so I need to insert a title, right? So what is the title of this x-axis? It is the depth the bulb was planted. Okay? We need to have that. I also need a title of the y-axis. I'm going to put this, I'm going to rotate it here, I'm going to put it right there. So what does the y-axis represent? It represents the height of the flower. And the total of what all of this represents, right? So this is going to be the title now of the graph. This is going to be the depth versus height of flower planted. All right? And now I have all the elements of this graph. It is now 100% complete. Woo-woo. For extra, now let's look at this. This will be a lot quicker. Okay? The graph below shows the relationship between the hours of exercise. Let's just get back to our highlighter because anything important. The hours of exercise. Where do you spy hours of exercise? Boom. All right? And the hours of screen time. Hours of screen time for a group of 5 friends on a Thursday. What is the meaning of the point of Maxime? Right, what does this point actually mean? So what we have to do is we have to look first at what does this represent? It shows that Maxine, I'm going to write this out, right? Maxine, I think that's her name, Maxime had 1 hour of exercise and 4 hours of screen time on Tuesday. We know this because we can connect the points, right? We bring this to the 1, we bring this to the 4, right? The height is 4, the length is 1. We know what this represents. This is extra practice. It is quite confusing. I understand that. This is some extra practice here. Okay, this is a game. These are a little bit some extra questions. Okay, especially with word problems. You might want to focus on that one. Here are a lot of videos to help with the explanation. They are a lot shorter than this. Right, because my big thing is how slow it takes for my pen. I understand. These might help you to understand what we talked about. You may want to watch these first, and then I can help you absolutely. Sorry for 2 long videos. If you have any other questions, I will be online. Work on the worksheet. Ask away. Have a great day.